Okay, so we've done pretty much, I think, what we can do for now um, with Radix DLT, and until I guess towards the end of the year, they're going to be coming out with their actual scripto. And if I find something else that looks interesting in the meanwhile, we'll be keeping my eye on it. But of course, the next big event coming up is Ethereum 2.0, the London fork. I forget exactly. It's coming up real soon. And of course, then Ethereum's gonna move from the Ethereum virtual machine to WebAssembly, or EWASM, to an Ethereum flavored WebAssembly. So I think it's a good time for us to start looking at WebAssembly, perhaps looking at Rust. Now that's going to be useful for Radix as well, because as we spoke about the other day, when you look at their docs, their scripto is gonna have a lot of Rust flavor to it. So let's look at WebAssembly. Notice that WebAssembly, basically, it's a stack-based virtual machine, which means think of assembly, you push and you pop, as opposed to like a state machine or something like that. But it's stack-based. So everything, well, I shouldn't say state, I'm thinking of using registers. They don't use registers, they put things on the stack. And notice it's in all the major browsers, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, and Edge, Microsoft Edge. And the whole idea, it's supposed to be safe, open web, and you can also print. I think we've gone some basics about WebAssembly before. This site's where you really want to start. They teach you how to get started. So, and notice it can use C++, Rust, C#, F#, Swift, which is the language you use for iOS, Kotlin, which is what you use if you're doing for the Google-based cell phones, and even D. And then when you have it, you can talk to it from Node.js, JavaScript. So it's very versatile, and it's going to really become valuable. So that's why it's a good thing to understand. And of course, they have their specs here and go into great details. Community. So Discord, Stack Overflow, Reddit, the normal places. Discord is very useful. If you're into something, often you'll find a Discord, and you can get answers very quickly if you have a problem. And if you see someone with a problem, hopefully you'll be able to answer their questions. So let's see what else. This is the wiki for it, and that is another thing you can take a look at. And what I found here, let's see, and this is pretty cool. They show the C code, so this is in the text format, and then in the .wasm, that's when you see all that whole string of binary numbers. So this is more syntactic. And they have a bunch of references here that can get in more depth in various areas. And this is what I think this will probably be something we do over the weekend. Go through this, going from Rust to WebAssembly. This is of course, the substrate, any of the substrate-based change, Polkadot, and all that, they use Rust. And we've looked at Rust before. We've looked at substrate. The nice thing is you'll be able, instead of having to run something through, what do you call it, Solang, in order to get to WebAssembly, in order to get from Ethereum to a substrate-based chain, the code should hopefully not, I don't think it'll be 100%, but we'll be very close to be able to just build it and run it on the substrate-based chain. Remember, that's the whole point of a virtual machine, is as long as it's, and Java's a perfect example of that, right? You have the JVM. So you write your code, on a Linux box, and then you can run it on a Linux, any machine that's running the JVM. You can run it on the Linux box, you can run it on Windows, anywhere where that JVM is running. Android, that's the Kotlin what Kotlin runs for the Android-based phones. So now there are some things. So it says producer must. So you can see here, public. So we're going to get into this, probably, and get this going, because I think this will be an interesting exercise to go through. You can also, of course, use Node.js rather, and we've been using Node.js. So, and Node.js is, again, a very versatile language. You can use it on as your GUI builder. You can do back-end stuff with it, and we played with that a tiny bit. So this is, I think, will be a very exciting thing to be talking about, to be going over. It'll prepare us for Ethereum 2. It'll prepare us for if we use Rust, it'll prepare us for when Radix DLT decides, has its crypto ready to go. So that is the direction that I think I want to go. Of course, feedback, if you have feedback on that, if you have some particular things about WASM that you want us to go over, or Rust, or you say, well, can we look at other languages with WASM, put it in the comments. And so I know what you want to see and what you want to learn. So anyway, that should be about it for today. And if you're finding this channel helpful, please give a like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends about it who also might be interested. And I will speak to you next time.